Good afternoon, class. How are you today? Okay, that's good to hear. Before we start our class for this afternoon, let's have a prayer first. May I request Miss Abduhan to lead the prayer. Please come in front. Amen. So before you take your seats, kindly pick up some pieces of papers under your chairs and arrange your chairs properly. Are you all present today, class? Okay, so Miss Secretary, kindly list down the names of who are absent today and submit it to me later after the class. Now I'm going to present to you our classroom rules. Miss Nguho can really read our classroom rules. Okay, thank you. So now I'm going to group you into 4 groups. This is in preparation for our activity later. Now please count off 1 to 4. Good. Now who can remember our past lesson? Yes, Miss Palahang. Yes, exactly. That's all about verb. What is verb, by the way? Yes, Miss Aison. Okay, very good. A verb is an action word or a word that describes an action. And now, I'm going to give you an exercise in order for me to know if you really understood our past lesson. So this is the directions. Find the verb in the sentence by selecting the letter of your choice. Now I will call names and read the sentence and give your answer. Who can answer the number 1? Yes, Mr. Rebilla, go ahead. Okay, very good. Your answer is correct. Letter B, which is close. Let's proceed to number 2. Yes, Mr. Tanaman. Okay, letter A, that's correct. Let's proceed to number 3. Yes, Mr. Montes. Okay, letter B, serving, that's correct. Now let's move on to number 4. Yes, Miss Umbog. Okay, letter D, sang. That's correct. Now the last number 5. You can answer. Yes, Miss Kandungo. Okay, letter B. That's correct, riding. As I observed, I know that you really understood our past lesson. So, good job. And now I'm going to play a video. All you have to do is to observe while you are watching this video.
It's your constant companion. It's in your pocket, in your bag, in your hands, or against your head. You use it at home, in class, at the gym, before you go to sleep at night, and first thing when you wake up in the morning. I'm talking, of course, about your cell phone. According to my class survey, everyone in this room has a cell phone, and all of us use it dozens of times every day. But what if your constant companion is dangerous? What if it's hazardous to your health? Evidence is piling up that long-term use of cell phones can lead to tissue damage, tumors, and even brain cancer. Given that there are well over 4 billion people worldwide using cell phones, we're looking at a problem of potentially staggering magnitude.
Now I'm going to ask you some questions about the video. So the number one question is, what is the video all about? Yes, Miss Kiawan. Okay, very good. It's all about using gadgets. Number two, what is the intention of the video? Yes, Miss Biton. Okay, very good. The intention of the video is to convince us or to give us knowledge of what are the effects of using our gadgets. Number three, are you convinced on what the girl talking about? Yes, Mr. Montes. Okay. As you can observe, the girl or the woman cited some sources of what are the effects when you are using gadgets, or the effects especially in our health. So that part was really convincing. So as you can observe the video, what do you think our topic for today? Yes, Miss Celia. Okay, very good. Our topic for today is all about persuasive speech. So this is the objectives of our lesson. Now please read our objectives, Miss Kandungo. Okay, very good. Can we attain this objectives class? Okay, I hope so. Now, please proceed to your groups. At the count of 5, you are already in your respective group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the directions of your activity is make a graphic organizer, which is all about persuasive speech. So your activity is to make a graphic organizer that is all about persuasive speech. So this is the rubrics of your graphic organizer. So this activity is by group. So after you finish your work, you will choose one representative per group to come in front and share your answer or your graphic organizer, or explain it in front of the class. So now I will give you 5 minutes to do it. Your timer starts now. Okay, time is up. Group 1, please come in front and explain your graphic organizer. Okay, very good. Now let's proceed for the group 2. Okay, that's nice idea. Let's proceed for the group 3. Okay, very good. Now the last but not the least, the group 4. Please present your graphic organizer. Okay, very good, group 4. So thank you for your participation, and let's give a barangay clap to ourselves. So now I'm going to ask you some questions about the topic or the graphic organizer or the topic for today. So the number one question, what is a persuasive speech? Yes, Miss Aison. Okay, a persuasive speech is a speech that the goal is to convince the people, or so that uh, you can gain their trust, or they will believe to your point of view. So that's it. That's correct, Miss Saison. So number two, why we do a persuasive speech? Yes, Miss Biton. Okay, very good. So we do a persuasive speech in order to convince uh, the people, because if with a persuasive speech we can convince them, right? Number three, what are the examples of persuasive speech? Yes, Miss Hilia. Okay, very good. Another also examples of persuasive speech are sales speech and debate. So during the sales speech, a person is trying to convince his or her customers in order to buy his or her products. So that's part of a persuasive speech, because you are convincing other people. And second is debate, is part also of persuasive speech, because the team A is convincing the team B, or vice versa, the team B is convincing the team A regarding on their point of views. So that's it. And now I'm going to play a video, and this is our guide questions and watching the video. So Miss Biton, please read the guide questions. Okay, very good.
Hi, my name is Michelle Marty, and for my persuasive speech, I've decided to talk about depression awareness. How many times have you heard of somebody committing suicide due to depression? Have you ever experienced this with somebody close to you? Over 300 million people worldwide suffer from depression. In this speech, I would like to share with you the signs for depression and how we can help people who are suffering from depression. The first thing you need to know about depression is that depression can sometimes be mistaken as a weakness. But depression is not a weakness. Depression is actually considered an illness. Depression is a mood disorder that can affect how we think, how we feel, how we act, and it can also lead to physical problems. Some of the physical problems include loss of interest, sadness, irritation.
A while ago, I presented the guide questions, and now we will answer it by group. So question number 1 will be answered by group 1, question number 2 will be answered by group 2, and question number 3 will be answered by group 3, and question number 4 will be answered by group 4. So you may choose one representative per group to explain your answer. Now let's start with group 1. Your question is, what is the video all about? Okay, very good. The video is all about depression, because nowadays depression is really popular, because many people encountered problems, especially in this time of pandemic. And now let's proceed to group 2. Who are the target audience? Okay, that's right. The target audience are the one who suffered depression. And number 3, how can you help a person who suffers depression? Okay, that's good. So you can help a person who suffers depression by making conversation with them, and also to give them an advice to recover from depression. And number 4, are you convinced in the video? In what part? Okay, very good. The video was really convincing, especially in the part that uh, the girl also experienced that issue, which is all about depression. And now I will ask you some questions in order for me to know if you really understood our topic for today. Number 1, what it means from the word persuasive? Yes, Miss Palahang. Okay, that's good. The word persuasive is to convince. Okay, number 2, why is it needed to persuade other people? Yes, Mr. Montes. Okay, very good. Because in order for them to believe us, or so that they will accept our point of views. Number 3, in what way you can convince people? Yes, Mr. Tanaman. Okay, very good. Another way also is to convince other people is to say about what is fact, or to say about the truth, because if you say with them with the fact or truth, so they will believe it easily. And now I will let's proceed to our activity. So this is still by group. The instructions is find a solutions regarding on each problem or issue through delivering a persuasive speech. Group 1, your topic is how to prevent the spreading of COVID-19. In Group 2, should COVID-19 vaccination be mandatory? In Group 3, should students wear uniforms in school? In Group 4, how to improve agricultural productivity in the Philippines. So this is your assigned activities. Group 1, you are going to solve this problem, how to prevent the spreading of COVID-19, and you will deliver it through persuasive speech, which is radio broadcasting. In Group 2, TV broadcasting. In Group 3, classroom speaking. In Group 4, you will deliver your speech through politician campaign speech setting. So that's all, and this is the rubrics for radio broadcasting. This is the rubrics for TV broadcasting. This is the rubrics for classrooms speaking, and this is the rubrics for campaign speech. And now I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this activity, and after you finish your activity, choose one representative per group in order to present your persuasive speech in front of the class. So you may start now. Okay, time is up. Let's proceed with the group 1. Please come in front, your representative. Okay, that's a wonderful idea. So, you've said that to prevent the spreading of COVID-19, we must follow the protocols or the rules that given by the government, which is to stay at home and also to follow social distancing. So, for me, I will agree about your persuasive speech. And now let's move on to group 2. Your topic is about should COVID-19 vaccination be mandatory. Okay, very good, group 2. For me, I will agree about your opinion that COVID-19 vaccination shouldn't be mandatory because people have rights, right? So all of us has freedom to choose. Now let's proceed to group 3. Your topic is should students wear uniforms in school? Okay, that's a wonderful idea, group 3. For me also, I will agree that students must wear uniforms inside the school in order for them to easily identified as students. And another also, if they wear uniforms in school, they are looking good and they are looking formal, right? The last but not the least, let's proceed to group 4. Your topic is how to improve agricultural productivity in the Philippines. Okay, very good, group 4. I agree also about your idea that to improve the agricultural productivity in the Philippines is to help the farmers or to uh, give them resources in order for them to farm, like seeds and also uh, their needs in farming, like waters and also the materials that they are needed in farming. So thank you for your participation, and let's give a barangay clap to ourselves. And now I will ask you some questions. Number 1 question is, why is it important to make a persuasive speech? Yes, Miss Kandungo. Okay, very good. It is important to make a persuasive speech because uh, with that you can easily convince people to believe with our point of view. And number 2, do you think a persuasive speech is helpful or not? Yes, Mr. Rebilla. Okay, very good. Persuasive speech is helpful because without persuasive speech, we cannot convince other people. Because convincing other people is very important, right? Just like a sales pitch. If you are selling a product, the one who sell the product can benefits also, and also the customer can benefits also. The seller can earn money, and the customer also can benefits the product. So that's why persuasive speech is very helpful for us. So now let's have a quiz. The directions is choose the letter of your choice through this Google form link. So I will send the link in our GC, and kindly answer it in 5 minutes. Okay, your time. You may start now. Okay, time is up. Now let's proceed to your assignment. The directions is make a reflection at least 150 words about the importance of persuasive speech. Write it in a short bond paper. So I think you really understood our topic for this uh, for today, and make this reflection. So this is the rubrics. This will serve as your guide in doing your reflection. So we have content 15 in grammar, 10 in neatness, 5. So a total of 30 points. So I hope that you really understood, or you learned some things for today. And that's all for today, and goodbye.